the last nation that enjoyed the European Yoga Federation is Turkey.
Ultimi, ma non ultimi in qualità.
The last, but definitely not the least in quality.
Il maestro che ha dato il suo consenso si chiama Yogi Baba Adnan Ananda Çabuk, e prima di presentarvelo facciamo passare un piccolo contributo, un piccolo video sulla sua realtà, sul suo ashram.
So just before we introduce a small video about his ashram.
E prima ancora di presentarvelo, vi voglio dire di aspettare perché alla fine ci sarà una stupenda sorpresa.
And just before we introduce him, I would like to tell you to wait till the end, as also an important surprise is waiting all of you.
Quindi invito Yogi Baba Adnan Ananda Çabuk a impossessarsi di questo stage e a fare la sua conferenza.
E Daniela lo presenta.
Sì.
Yeah.
Per favore Daniela, Daniela presenta il maestro Yogi Baba Adnan Ananda Çabuk, per favore.
Yes, of course. It's a pleasure to introduce to all of you Yogi Baba Adnan Ananda Silvio Çabuk, alias the Mesopotamian Yogi. He was born in the beautiful city of Mardin in Turkey, the cradle of various civilizations, cultures, and religions which live in harmony and unity. Obviously, this cultural richness of his homeland nourished his soul and existence, and he treated his life journey through matching the logical aspect of the Occident with the emotional aspect of the Orient. This led him to choose the ancient yoga philosophy as his path of existence. And after attending many training programs and learning yoga from various teachers, healers, gurus, and masters all over India and in the Far East for 10 years, he dedicated himself to serve humanity through yoga. In 1996, he started to teach yoga in Istanbul, Turkey. And in 1997, he established and founded a yoga school, which he named after one of his gurus' school, Siddhashram Yoga Center. He is the Doyen master who started and spread yoga in Turkey, and in 2012, he founded the non-profit Yoga Foundation in Turkey. He owns an authentic ashram in Taurus Mountain of Alanya, Antalya, in Turkey, where he teaches classical spiritual yoga together with his wife and the other master of Siddhashram Yoga Center, Madame Lourdes Çabuk. Other than teacher training programs, they also host yoga purification camps in his ashram, which is the only authentic ashram in Turkey.
Thank you, Daniele.
Pleasure and honor.
Buonasera, Swami Amadio Bianchi.
Buonasera, namaste. It's a great pleasure for me.
Namaste to everybody, to all great masters. We have been here with the organizers, European Yoga Federation, and all the participants and givers who made this first symposium a success. Very happily been with you for these 3 days. we have learned actually a lot of knowledge from different masters and enjoyed the different yoga practices, music, dance performance during this 3-day symposium. As you know now, you have mentioned me, of course, I am from Turkey, from Istanbul, Anatolia. I have studied in Academy of Arts in Istanbul, and I was the first hippie in Turkey, just to mention, to have a little fun. I am 68 generation, from 68 generation. I spent some times with the hippies in London those years, and traveled in Europe by hitchhiking. Where did we go? Why do you play so much? Come on, do this.
There was something.
Yeah, something okay. What did you do? This correct it. Correct it. Correct it. I don't know what you did.
It doesn't come.
It should come. I'm sorry, but trying to come back.
No, not worry. You are the last. Time is yours.
Sorry, because my lady is very good in technology. She's expert, but the first time she touched something and it went wrong, I am happy to see that.
No problem. No problem.
Now we were talking about, I have been in around Europe and doing hitchhiking and with the hippie groups, etc. And I traveled around the world because I was adventurous, those young age, 68 generation. And then at last, when I was in New York, I came across yoga, at last, thank God. Before that, I was doing about 15 years Tai Chi Chuan, Chinese yoga, which was also very exciting and valuable. But when yoga entered my life, suddenly I realized that Tai Chi went out of my life. I don't know how it disappeared. But I realized how important yoga system was. So I thought myself, now I have to take this serious. It is not just simple process, it's not a gymnastic. So I decided to go to India. I went to Swami Sivananda Ashram. In Kerala, I became a yoga teacher. And I continued to travel around India, and I was fortunate to be accepted by Sadgurus and Kundalini masters. And I was blessed with Shaktipat. And I decided to spread yoga in my birthday, Turkey, in my birth country. I started the school, as you have mentioned, Daniela mentioned, and we trained yoga teachers with my wife now for 25 years. And by the way, I have to mention that before all the friends and masters were mentioning about the asanas and yoga, and it's very, very important where you were discussing, and I have to add 2 words to it, because yoga is not asanas, asanas is not yoga, but yoga, as everybody know, all the masters will know, it started in Himalaya with many thousand years back with the rishis. They were the oldest rishis, oldest yogis, they called them rishi that time in India. Yoga started as a meditation. There was no asanas at all. It was only meditation. Thinking, looking for the secret of life in silence, it was meditation. But of course, because they stayed such a long time on sitting position for meditation, sometimes days, so they were so stiff and they have to open their system. So they saw the snake, the tiger, the monkey, how they move, and they said, okay, so I have to stretch too. So this is how the asanas start. Actually, asanas came to yoga life, yoga system much later. So absolutely, yoga is not asanas. Yoga asanas be after to help the body after meditation to open the joint and the muscle relaxation. So you have agreed, and I agree with the subject, that we must protect yoga authentically in the world. Absolutely, we should not call it asanas. Now, when in Turkey we talk with my students, and sometimes on television they ask me about yoga, I say yoga is not a gymnastic. It has to be known, but it has exercise in it. It is one of the limbs. 8 limbs is exercise in it. But without exercise, you can do yoga. But without yoga, exercise is nothing. It's just gymnastics. So I agree, we have to hold on this thousands years of very valuable system and method of humanity as a yoga system. And I have understood lately that yoga system, in fact, it is the only system who has understood man completely in his all 7 bodies. No any other system has described man as yoga did. So we didn't discover actually yoga. Yoga has discovered man, I should say. So I have a lot of respect and love for yoga, and I will continue to do my duty to spread yoga around, and we are doing so with all our will and desires. And now I will say, however, I return back. As our time is limited, I will not discuss too much details about the subject because it is very short time, but I will try to explain the most important subject in some details about Kundalini awakening and the good side of it and side effects, the terminal side. As you know, yoga is actually for awakening Kundalini. The target of yoga is awakening the Kundalini Shakti for man to discover himself, to understand the secret of life. This is what yoga is for. So the Kundalini system is just to speed this process, is speeding this process. The Kundalini comes actually, as everyone knows, from the old Indian tantric system. Tantra as a word, ta means world, worldly, tra means freedom. So Tantra means free yourself from worldly attachments. So Tantra has this valuable meaning. So if you do Tantra, you free yourself from worldly object and attachment, so you become free. This is what is yoga about anyway. So symbolically represented as a serpent coiled 3.5 times around itself and have the tail in her mouth in Muladhara. The first coil represents the past. The second coil represents the now, and the third coil represents the future. And the half coil represents the timeless, the time beyond. So it's very important to see that during this process, awakening, it generates electrical impulses with pranic cosmic force. Usually, its seat is at Muladhara. However, according to the stage of spiritual evolvement of the practitioner, it may reach and settle in different higher energy centers like Svadhisthana, Manipura, or other upper chakras. When a seeker starts his spiritual practices and is ready, the Shakti energy will move up from where it was seated to the next energy center. So it's not always definitely from Muladhara up. Wherever it has, by the time, came silently without noticing even, but from that point it will wake up. So the channels in which the Shakti travels should be clean and unclogged. This is the whole secret about it. If the nadis, which are the most important, Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna, are clean, then it will have no problem. The movement, the Shakti energy will move nicely up to Agnya Chakra. Now, it's easier when the Shakti moves to Agnya Chakra if the nadis are clean, and the person is spiritually practiced, and he's in that lifestyle. But from Agnya Chakra to Sahasrara, it is the most difficult part. That is not so easy. So the practitioner may get help from a master. If he has a master, he will be very lucky, or he has to continue diligently practices, devotions, seclusion, austerity, and purity of oneself physically, mentally, and spiritually. But sattvic lifestyle is a must. He has to be purely living a lifestyle. He cannot live like an ordinary man. Actually, if you do yoga, you are not anymore living like an ordinary man, because yoga will bring you that. And if you are on Kundalini path, absolutely you are more to be more purified, because it is not, you cannot joke with Kundalini. If it moves, then you are in trouble. So you have to be pure, clean, and open the path for Kundalini. Now, the activation of pranic force, sometimes when it's awake, it brings some metaphysic faculties, which will be gained by the person, as also in our system, not only the nadis and the chakras, Sushumna, but also every cell of the body has all the intelligence and knowledge of the whole universe, every cell of our body. So in that case, it's not only the chakras will bring the metaphysic power. Sometimes even cells of the body, if they are purely cleaned, they can give some capacity, talented to this person. And people think, oh, I got Kundalini. It is not Kundalini, but anyway, he is clean to a certain extent. So the practitioner gets some metaphysical power, super intelligence, increase in his psychic abilities, precognitive power, healing power, etc. Unfortunately, however, those who have in some way have awakened some of the energies, but are not devotedly spiritual, they will enjoy and take pleasure in such a powers for their material benefit. They can also become magicians in the stage and make, perform, make money, magicians. But therefore, people can easily be fooled by their metaphysic capabilities and may seem as enlightened person, but in reality, they are not. A real enlightened being gains metaphysic powers automatically as a gift, but will not show his capacity for his gains if not necessary for a person. This is why we need to know and be able to differentiate the authentic guru from the who pretends to be around us, which is right now is quite, in that sense, very chaotic. There's many masters and gurus around and we don't know who is who, but we have to differentiate that if we know the subject. Awakening Kundalini Shakti involves serious practice of pranayama, the control of the life force. This is very important. Purification of the physical, mental, and energy bodies, of course. The nadis, of course. The body should be in balance, three bodies in harmony state. The physical, mental, and spiritual energy body. The energy can be awakened on its own natural process, like some childbirth, where either or both the child or mother can be awakened at the same time. It's very interesting. And the children are more spiritual until the age of puberty. When they reach this age, they should be guided in their spiritual path. Yogis in India, which I have also met and witnessed, gurus, they go around in villages and holy sites, and when they see a child who has this spiritually inclined inside, they see the energy of the body of the child, they ask the permission of the parents to adopt him, to educate him as a yogi already from that age. This is quite known and often in India, and I also saw that. So it's very interesting. We have to watch the children before the puberty, if they inclined attitude, and according to educate them. Because Experiencing deep sorrow or deep love also can awaken Kundalini. Deep devotions, recitations, prayers, accidents, interestingly, undergoing serious medical operations, various bodies experiences, severe shock also can awake Kundalini. But of course, prayers and mantras in any religion faith are very powerful and awakening Shakti energy. When the Shakti energy stricken by lightning or electric shock somewhere who survive, a life becomes spiritual and positive. The shock has condensed the physical, mental, and etheric bodies and became a solid at the same time an etheric entity. Sorry, I talk about the what do you call it, striking the electrical shock, the lightning. Actually, I'm sorry, my language sometimes I forget. Now, the awakening process has many forms. Naturally and technically, as in technological terms, it can be automatically or manually be turned on, example. Kundalini awakening can also happen by spiritual guru's touch. The practice of kriyas, sadhanas, and classical practice of Raja Yoga. The positive effect of outcome of the healthy Kundalini awakening are tremendous and aesthetic. Now, the not so pleasant side effects, if the path is not clear, as we mentioned earlier, and not open when the Shakti energy moves upwards, then problems manifest, suffering, and disease starts. Side effects from psychological, unrelated, mild, severe headaches, body aches, severe sweating, sudden chills, burning sensation, shivering, uncontrollable laughs, crying, depression, even to the extent of suicidal effect, unfortunately. And schizophrenic tendencies, skin disorders, sleeplessness, etc. Body may also sway like a pendulum during pranayama and meditation. Practices or uncontrollable body movements of unknown causes, which we have witnessed in our classes quite often with some students. I have seen and have helped a few students, people actually with this kind of cases. I can mention some. One day, someone called me and told me that his brother is behaving strange and the family wants to put him in mental hospital, in fact. But they didn't want to do it at once. They have heard about me and they called me. And I gave them an appointment to see them the day after. But then they told me that they are desperate and they cannot wait one day more. So, okay, I told them, welcome tonight. And when they came, as soon as they arrived, I saw and he was about 30, 35 years old, a young man. He was crying like a child and was saying that I feel I am a God. I am Allah. I am God. And then, but cryingly. And when I go to the street, all the trees are talking to me. That's what he's telling me. Oh, I said, okay, I understood at once what his problem was. I asked him how this started. And he replied me that he followed on YouTube videos on Kundalini Yoga. Then I told him, okay, do not worry, and that nothing is wrong with you. Just come to join my yoga classes as much as you can. And luckily, in short span of time, he became well and balanced and became a yoga teacher also. He started writing spiritual texts and poems. Second example, another lady, woman who was taking private classes from me. And I had to make a joke out of this because it is a little funny situation. When we were doing the class with her, suddenly she will start to have some sound. If I say Om, if I say Allah, if I say anything spiritual, she will make a strange orgasmic sounds. And oh, then I see my wife from the other room running, coming here to see what's going on. And so stop, nothing's going on, because she heard her from the other room. This lady screaming really with that kind of sound. It was very funny. And anyway, so my wife understood there was nothing wrong. And then I put her at the back of the classroom when we had more students. I told her to sit at the back side. And we did classes and tried to not use too many spiritual words. But at the end, of course, we did chant Om. When I started to chant few Oms, the lady started again with this very interesting sound. And of course, all the students, they opened their eyes from meditation and turned back, everyone at the same time, very scaring because they were in silence. They get very scared and look at her and say, "What's happening, Koja, teacher?" I said, "Oh, don't worry. She has just some energy movement to her body. It's nothing serious. Don't worry about it. It will be okay." And they told me, "Oh, are we going to be like that, teacher?" I said, no, you are not going to be like this. Don't worry, this doesn't happen often. It's just some cases can happen. It's okay, don't worry about it. So they were calmed down. So there's many interesting activities in this Kundalini Shakti movement because we deal with it. I have to just mention it as a little fun also, but these are serious, it happens. One day, one lady called me from Ankara, the capital city, and she was doing yoga class with her teacher, which I never know, neither the girl or the teacher. And she told me when she was in Sirasana, headstand, Sirasana in a headstand, suddenly her body started to move both ways like a pendulum, all the way down to the floor, but both sides, which is physically impossible to do for the physical body. And the teacher got shocked because he didn't know about Kundalini probably. And she was shocked, she didn't know. So she called me. And I told her what to do. I told her, do not worry about it. You are very fortunate because you are still smiling and talking with me. You are okay, you are balanced. And I told her what to do. So Kundalini energy, really when it moves, the person has to be very strong. That's why Hatha Yoga is put together. Hatha Yoga has put together for the reason that the yoga practitioner has to strengthen his spine, his muscles, and he can sit very powerful in his position when Kundalini awaken, then will not hit him down or give him a problem. He will be so strong as a Hatha Yogi, so the energy will go smoothly upward. This is why Hatha Yoga is also important. Unfortunately, modern medicine does not know about the energy body, so cannot fix the problem with improper awakening of Kundalini Shakti. Example like Gopi Krishna of known Indian yogi, which when I was in India, I went to visit him, but he had passed away, but I had read all his books. He had practiced meditation many years, and suddenly when he awake up, the Kundalini awakened, he was not in a good shape. It did not wake up correctly. There was some blockage in his system. So he suffered for 12 years, heat and hot, and he was suicidal, etc. Really. So after 12 years, luckily, he met a guru, which he helped him to balance his system. So this system is not to be left in modern medicine hand, because if the person has Kundalini awakening, and he go to the hospital or go to modern medical, as they don't understand the energy body, they medicate the person, and after he's medicated, his energy body will not be corrected so easily anymore. So we have to do something about the subject that if people has this Kundalini Shakti awakening, maybe not fully, but halfway awakening has a trouble, we have to have some knowledgeable people like all of you to help those people, to not let them go to the hospital because they will not be treated in the right way. I have to say that. So like 1,000 years back, the known Turkish doctor and healer, Ibn Sina, maybe some of our friends will know, he has said that the doctor who does not know about energy body cannot become a good medical doctor. That was 1,000 years back. So really, in the modern medicine, they have to start to learn about the energy body. Otherwise, humanity is suffering unnecessarily from this awakenings. Now, therefore, forcefully practice this Kundalini Shakti without preparation is very dangerous, and it needs guidance and really determinable practices with actually, what should I say, Kundalini practices. It should not be done with a yoga teacher, because the yoga teacher will not be able to handle it. It has to be practiced with Kundalini master or with a master. Then he is in a healthy hand. Because, but I see today they risk. Everybody is going on YouTube to learn Kundalini and etc. Kriyas, but who's controlling? Who knows what? I have to make another joke about this. When I talk to my students in the class, I tell them, okay, you can choose your way to go on Shakti practices. One way is we take the bus from Istanbul and we go to Rome. We call it Roma in Turkey. We go to Roma. And this bus is Patanjali Yoga. It's the 8th yoga, very safe, no dangers. Because if you follow Yama Niyama, Asanas, Pranayama, and by the time, because you have to practice according to the system which is correct, Yama Niyama has to be learned absolutely. Without that, you don't go to yoga. That is a must. Yama Niyama, then Asanas, Pranayamas. After do this section, you have to do it for 2 years to be ready psychologically and physically to enter the Kundalini practices, which is Pratyahara, Dhyana, and Dhyana. So the system is perfect, but then if you follow the line, you are safe. So I told my student, we sit in the bus, we go with Patanjali's yoga, that is the bus, to Roma, we go in 8 hours. Safe, not risk, not too much risk. The roads are clean, we go to Roma in 8 hours. And the second form, we go to with Kundalini Kriyas. Kundalini Kriyas, we take a Maserati, that's Kundalini Kriya, Maserati, 4 hours from Istanbul to Roma. Okay, and then, but it has more risk. It's faster. The traffic is faster. Maserati is faster than the bus, but it's quicker. Okay, then the third one is Tantra. Tantra sadhanas. Because you can learn the sadhanas from a Tantra master or Kundalini master, but sadhanas really for Kundalini awakening. They are particular sadhanas, very powerful. Yes, if you do that, then you are in a rocket. We shoot you from Istanbul to Rome in half an hour. You go to that rocket, but that is Tantra. It's a sadhana, but it's big risk. It can explode at any time. It's a rocket. So 3 ways doing in yoga system to awaken Kundalini. I describe to my students to understand. It's also fun. I like to make fun in my teaching. Therefore, as well as all the awakened gurus have said, Kundalini yoga is the most dangerous type of yoga practice. As the great Patanjali has advised to follow the 8 steps of yoga, Ashtanga, where one starts with a dedicated practice of the yama and niyamas first and foremost. I say that Kundalini yoga is the most sensitive and disciplined type of yoga, which is properly practiced can lead to experience eternal bliss for sure. Now, the true meaning of yoga is bring forth out through divine self, of course. All of what we are seeing in the physical world are materialized illusions. We are a collective vibration of frequencies, and so as the whole of existence. The physical body that we see is just a casing or a cover of our inner true self, our divine self, which for ages has been longing to be set free. The time has come for all human beings to be awakened. Therefore, first and foremost of all is self-realization, as Paramahansa Yogananda has stated. As we elevate ourselves from these negative emotions and adjust to our lifestyle productively accordingly, the Kundalini Shakti will have a pleasant journey, meeting Shiva, attaining Nirvana, hopefully eternal bliss. When we become fully awakened, we have more compassion, austerities, and love to all creations. As the teachings of great masters, compassion from great Gautama Buddha, love from Christ, Jesus Christ, and wisdom from all creators as taught by Hazreti Muhammad, peace be upon him, with my love and great respect to all of you. Namaste. I can say a few more words if I don't know the time, but
Yes, time already.
time already? Okay.
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Yogi Bhagwan,
Yes.
please don't tell anything about the surprise.
No, I don't know. The masters did very well indeed. I have learned as much as I could.
Not about this surprise that we offer, that you offer to all of us. Okay? You want to tell something more, or I can start?
I am in your servant, but I had something in my mind. I have to check what did I thought to say. Okay, one thing I would like to say that Rumi, he lived in 1200. Rumi, everybody know Rumi, Mevlana.
Yes.
And in his same period lived Yunus as another master, very known in Anatolia, and Bektashi Veli, Hazreti Bektashi Veli, and others. But interestingly, they all lived at the same time. They had appointment to meet at that time in this world, all of them, and great masters. So they would do a meeting. They come together like we do, humbly, we are doing. They come together physically and discuss. And in one of this meeting, they discuss what is Allah? Big question. What is Allah? At that time, Yunus say, I put my skin and bones on me, and I called myself Allah.
Yunus.
No, I called myself Yunus. I put my skin and bones on me, and I called myself Yunus. And Rumi say, oh, I wish I met you last year. If I have heard what you said, I would not have written my Mesnevi. I worked on it 1 year. I written the whole book. I would not have written it because that word, it said it all. So it's very interesting. I just wanted to mention that.
Yes, very interesting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your speech.
You're welcome.
And now we start with the surprise, okay?
Oh, we will start with, okay, now.
After, please be with us
yes.
till the end. We are, after this surprise, we are all together.
Yes.
Okay, please, please.
Do I have to mention the surprise also, or you do?
No, not now. After,
okay.
If you want, tell some word after.
Okay.
After you can speak. Now, surprise, okay?
Very well.
Wait.
Can I ask a question first?
Yes, of course.
No.
No, I don't say anything.
Yes, it's something very interesting.
I imagine that is interesting, but we have no time now.
You mentioned that your place has the name of your guru, and then you mentioned you have Shaktipat. Are you talking about Swami Nardanand?
No, it's
okay.
another master. So
okay, forget it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. Okay. Now, go with the surprise.
Dear friends, this is Mercan Dede from Turkey. On behalf of our beloved Adnan Baba and many brothers and sisters, I would like to congratulate European Yoga Federation's Be Yoga Beyond first symposium. I hope the next symposium, at least one of them, will held in great Anatolia, Turkey. We will have an opportunity to show you this magical land and give an opportunity to diversity, love, and kindness all together. Thank you. Namaste.
Doldur sufi kadehleri aşk ile. Kadehimiz candır, hepimiz bir can. İçelim de aklımız çıksın baştan. Doldur sufi kadehleri aşk ile. Diyar-ı masivadan geliriz biz. Evvel tek idik, şimdi bir olduk biz. Uyardık, uyurduk, uyandık aşka. Doldur sufi yanıyor içimiz. Gel dedi sultanımız, geldik işte. Küfreden eylem etmesin şikayet. Şükür biz de aşık olduk nihayet. Dolduk dedi yürekleri aşk ile.
Yogi Baba, Yogi Baba, Yogi Baba. Please open your microphone, Yogi Baba. Open your microphone, please. Non sentiamo, non è aperto il microfono. Okay. Yogi Baba.
Okay.
Now, if you want to tell some words about Anatolia and about Dervishi, you can do.
I will not say much, of course, but a few what I can say, because as you see, the dervish is turning on the left side, to the left side. It is the spiritual, making spirituality. It is a deep devotion. It is a very intensive devotion to Allah, to the Creator, the creation.
Yes.
So also the left hand is open to take down the love, the barakat, what is the barakat? Generosity and the knowledge, and give it to the earth, to the people at the same time. So this is actually the person is turning with love to his creator. It's a very intensive devotion. It is a Sufi system of Rumi, and now it is practiced quite a lot. It is a kind of awakening, of course, the Shakti. I can say that in Sufi system. Any question? Maybe I can answer. I don't know what do you say?
I think no question, no answer, because quello che abbiamo visto ci ha riempito l'anima, il cuore, e secondo me dobbiamo portarci via questa emozione così com'è, senza domande né senza risposte. Traducimi per favore.
Because no question, no answer. We leave it to the intense moment we lived, as whatever we saw really fill up our heart and our soul. So we just keep this sensation inside. No head, no question, no answer.
Non so come, Yogi Baba, non so come ringraziarti per la tua presenza e per la bellezza di questo dono che ci hai fatto.
We are happy for this unity.
Yogi Baba, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Mirjandade, to our Sufi friend who did this presentation. Very valuable. He's very known and has a good quality. I know him personally. We thank him, and we thank all this community, the beautiful meeting, and we hope for the future this family will grow for the peace, for the
Yogi Baba, but now is your community too. You are our brother now.
I accept, of course. If you accept me, I accept, of course.
We accept you all.
Love to all of you. Love to all of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Only.
And this is, now I have to say something to Turkish friends who are watching us also. I don't want to forget about them. We have a lot of students watching us. Sevgili arkadaşlar, bizi seyrettiğiniz, dinlediğiniz için, katıldığınız için sizi sevgiyle kucaklıyorum. Bütün Türk toplumuna, Anadolu halkına bütün sevgilerimi iletiyorum. Sevgiyle kalınız. Tekrar görüşmek üzere.
In turco. Yogi Baba ci ha dato l'esempio. Ognuno di noi faccia un saluto nella sua lingua. André, un saluto in francese, per favore.
Yogi Baba gave us the example, so please, each and every one of you, give us a greeting in your own language. Please, André.
En français, please.
Je vous souhaite à tous d'être extrêmement heureux et de découvrir le cœur de l'amour, le cœur de la spiritualité. Que Dieu vous bénisse. Merci.
Fantastic, André. You all the time, you are fantastic. Barbara Zoretto e Roberta sono due artiste italiane meravigliose che fanno musica indiana, che abbiamo conosciuto e ci hanno seguito. Barbara Zoretto e Barbara, fate un salutino in italiano.
Grazie, tanti saluti.
È stato veramente un grande piacere.
E poi conoscere tutte queste
belle persone,
anime grandi che illuminano il mondo, e ce n'è sempre bisogno.
E sempre di più ce ne sono.
E siamo tanto grate. Saluti a tutti.
Grazie. Stefan, in your language, some greeting, please. In your language, original language.
Da pozdravim sve prisutne, da još jedan put zahvalim svima što ste tu i također veliki pozdrav za i prijatelje i nekoga s kim sam radio, znači ponovno da se vidim, profesoru Jadranku. Želim sve da pozdravim, zaista još jedan put iz divne, tople Crne Gore. Pozdrav svima, namaste.
Thank you. Françoise, in English. You are England. Apri il microfono. Open your microphone. Go, François, sorry.
Thank you for this wonderful soul-nurturing encounter. It's been such a pleasure to meet everyone, and it's been heart-opening, mind-opening, every opening. And thank you, everyone, and for future events. Thank you, Amadio.
Thank you to you. I love you, you know. Edi Vampa in Italian.
In italiano.
Sì, in Switzerland, but it's Italian part of Swiss.
Un saluto a tutti da Lugano, Svizzera, e ringrazio questo bellissimo simposio ricco di tanta luminosità, e auguro a tutti tanta gioia della magnificenza della vita e del mondo. Quindi grazie a tutti e buona continuazione.
Anka Galovicova. From Slovakia, in your language, please.
Veľmi dojatá všetkých, čo ma počúvate z Česka, Slovenska, tak veľmi dojatá vás zdravím a som moc šťastná, že sme si našli cestu k sebe všetci a spojili sme sa a teším sa na ďalšie takéto perfektné stretnutia. Moc ďakujem.
So now Amandio Figueiredo in Portuguese is from Portugal.
Obrigado, amor, universal, não violência, muita felicidade.
Ashwarya Devi is Greek, please, is for you.
Πολλά ευχαριστώ από την Ελλάδα για αυτό το υπέροχο συμπόσιο, για αυτή την ευκαιρία. Νιώθω υπερήφανη που είμαι σε αυτήν την υπέροχη ομάδα τόσο φωτισμένων και αγαπητών ανθρώπων. Ευχαριστώ από την καρδιά μου. Ευχαριστώ.
Fantastic. Tarja from Finland.
Kiitos tästä todella mielenkiintoisesta ja hienosta symposiosta. On ollut mukava nähdä, kuinka eri puolilla Eurooppaa tehdään työtä joogan edestä ja niin hienoja ja upeita ihmisiä. Toivottavasti nähdään pian uudestaan tällaisissa merkeissä. Kiitos paljon.
Kiitos.
Sukadeva from Germany.
Danke für das wunderbare Symposium. Mögen alle glücklich sein, mögen alle frei von Krankheiten sein, mögen sich alle um das Wohlergehen anderer kümmern, möge niemand an Sorgen leiden. Wohlergehen sei mit allen, Friede sei mit allen, Fülle sei mit allen, Erfüllung und Wohlstand sei mit allen. Führe uns vom Unwirklichen zum Wirklichen, von der Dunkelheit zum Licht, von der Sterblichkeit zur Unsterblichkeit.
Thank you, thank you. Sara from Sardinia in Sardo.
In sardo.
È qui che ti voglio.
Saludo a tutti e il primo denno pide un saluto in Sardinia.
Amelia from Abruzzo, in abruzzese. Vai.
Un saluto a tutti e grazie.
Gisa Franceschelli, la tua collega abruzzese, non sa parlare abruzzese, di qualche parola tu in abruzzese.
No. È stato, grazie Mattia, è stato veramente tanto emozionante stare qui con tutti voi in questo grande simposio.
Daniela Laudani from Sicily.
No, io non riesco a parlare italiano, sono solamente nata in Sicilia, quindi posso solamente parlare in italiano o in altre lingue.
Stefan from Bulgaria.
Скъпи приятели, нека с силата и любовта на йога да направим България по-хубава страна и да вървим по пътя заедно. Благодаря ви.
Андрей from Russia.
Спасибо организаторам за мощную работу, за то, что вы организовали такой симпозиум, всей команде, Амадо, как организатора с большим, огромным трудом. Я понимаю, как это сложно. Спасибо. Удачи, процветания.
Spasiba. Jadranko from Croatia.
Hvala puno na ovom prekrasnom simpoziju i stvarno je ovo jedinstvo različitosti i sve zemlje prekrasno je vidjeti kako zajedno u istom duhu dišu, razmišljaju, osjećaju i uživaju to jedinstvo. Hvala puno.
Pranam. Rossella from Italy, dancer of Katak. Rossella, apri tutti i microfoni. Sono chiusi tutti. Tutti chiusi. Open your microphone, Rossella, open your microphone, please. Tutti chiusi. Open your microphone, everybody open your microphone, please. Rossella, apri il tuo microfono. Sono tutti chiusi, non si può riaprire. Chi c'è che ha il microfono aperto? Tutti chiusi, tutti bloccati.
Namaste, grazie. C'è una sovrapposizione di voi. Questo simposio è stato veramente un'unione
nel desider partecipare ancora in futuro. Grazie.
Marco Bianco, apri il tuo microfono e prova a dire qualche cosa.
Grazie. È aperto.
È stato un onore partecipare per me in mezzo a tanti esseri di così tanta luce. Grazie ancora e spero che si ripeta presto un evento così bello come questo. Grazie.
Grazie Marco. Christine from Germany.
Ich freue mich sehr, dass ich an diesem wundervollen, bereichernden Symposium teilnehmen durfte und freue mich auf ein nächstes Mal. Es hat echt viel Spaß gemacht und alles Liebe an alle. Mögen alle Glück und Harmonie erfahren. Namaste.
Amadio in Sanskrit.
Vai.
Ekam sat vipra baudhavadanti. La verità è una, ma i saggi gli danno tanti nomi. I love you all. Okay? Thank you so much for being present, and I hope you in the next. Amy, now, Amy, please. You can present the chant of Guru Stotram, please. We finish with the chant of Guru Stotram, please.
Prima voglio dire qualcosa in questo periodo e volevo dire che prima di metterci tutti davanti a qualsiasi tremenda prova,
Aspetta una cosa, aspetta un attimo, Amelia, puoi tradurre per favore?
No, lo posso tradurre io poi se vuoi, va bene, Amelia. Prima di metterti davanti a qualsiasi tremenda prova, la vita ti dà i mezzi, gli strumenti per poterla superare. Volevo dare questo di messaggio perché in effetti tutto il mondo è sotto una dura prova. Che è successo?
Non lo so.
Un cane.
Deve essere un cane.
Maestro è il mio cagnolone, come al solito.
Anche al cane facciamo un augurio.
Grazie mille.
Scusa un secondo, solo un ringraziamento grande anche ai due traduttori che traducevano in italiano, ad Andrea e Daniela, che sono presenti anche loro.
Eccomi qua con la mia cagnolona di 1 anno. Grazie a voi, grazie a voi.
Io volevo ringraziare tutto, anche l'organizzazione, lo staff, tutto, Amadio che comunque ha riunito tutte le persone e anche i tecnici, perché per questo grande evento sono molto contenta di essere parte di questo grande evento. Bene, ora io parlo, questo l'ho detto in italiano, sì, anche che i tecnici.
I tecnici, il nostro ingegnere informatico che è stato responsabile della trasmissione.
Tutto, lo staff completo, state veramente perfetti, bravi. Quindi adesso io canterò questa poesia dedicato a tutti i maestri, qualsiasi tipo, anche la vita ci è maestro, quindi anche rivolto alla vita stessa. Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Dhyannamulang Guru Murti Pujamulang Guru Padam Mantramula Guru Vakya Mokshamula Guru Kripa Akandamandalankara Vyaptayena Charam Charam Tappadandarsitanyena Tashmahe Shri Gurave Namaha. Manataha Sri Jagannatha Madguru Sri Jagat Guru Mahatma Sarvabhutatma Tashmahe Shri Gurave Namaha. Jnana Shakti Samarudam Tattvamala Vibhushitam Bhukti Mukti Pradattam Cha Tashmahe Shri Gurave Namaha. Stavaram Jagamam Vyattam Yakinchit Sancharancharam Tappadandarsitanyena Tashmahe Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinnamayam Vyaktam Sarvam Trailokyam Sancharancharam Tappadandarsitanyena Tashmahe Shri Gurave Namaha. Chaitanyam Savatam Shantam Vyomatita Niranjanaha Bindunada Kalatitaha Tashmahe Shri Gurave Namaha. Sarvashruti Shiroratna Samubhasita Murtaye Vedantam Puja Suryaya Tashmahe Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Garudevyo Maheshwara Guru Saksha Parabrahma Tashmahe Shri Gurave Namaha. Tashmahe Shri Gurave Namaha. Tashmahe Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Gurvyo Namaha. Om Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Gurvyo Namaha. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Hari Om. Hari Om a tutti.
Hari Om a te. Hari Om a tutti. Grazie, grazie.
Grazie.
Alla prossima.
Il mio cuore è pieno di gratitudine per tutti voi. Io non ho voglia neanche più di dire niente, me ne vorrei andare con questo canto dentro di me. Grazie, alla prossima. Namaste.